Now, I got much larger images on here that I could refer to you, and so you can say these things. Because this is what God spoke to me in Habakkuk to make it plain on tables, you know, to show you these things. Let me read Revelation chapter 6. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw and beheld a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Now, one good thing about what he spoke to us about this white horse. The unique part about it, he told us in that little symbol and that parable what the type weapon these people in those days used. There was no way that this man could conquer the earth because he had a bow. He had a bow. He could not conquer the whole earth with a bow. He could not come and kill with this bow unless he exposed himself to being killed. Every man had a bow, every army had a bow that they went out to conquer. If it wasn't the grace of God with them, they became slaughtered as they went out to conquer. This white horse was Alexander the Great. This was the part how it began when every people and every nation upon this earth was not pure but close to being pure with no sins. But as man began to create and manufacture a new form of weaponry through the way of technology, through the way of molding and engraving images, he created manufacturing new forms of weapons and began to enhance his weaponry so unto the integrity and the values that this man did change. He became addicted to the weapons upon which he created, and he became not a man of reason through his addiction. He became a man of defiance and dare. Where there had been a compromise with these first weapons, he grew, the stronger he became, he gained a strength of security that he thought that he was done this with his own hand until there was no compromising. He served the way of his weaponry and set forth standards that other people had to meet without condition. Because he had changed the dynamic of war through his manufacturing, through his schooling, he had changed it through his method of war. Because he created weapons that he could set 1,000 miles away and take out an adversary by sitting in his living room and pressing a button with one finger. The dynamics of war changed when man continued to take on knowledge and studied wars through his graven image, through his molten image. He created manufactured weapons of mass destruction. And when he did these things and he became a dominant power in the earth, there was no room for compromising with the so-called enemy or the people that he disliked or destroyed. It became a situation where it's got to be my way or no way, my until he himself exalted himself above every people and every nation up on the earth. And at the end of the day, he went against the God of God and the Lord of Lords, and exalted himself above the God of God and Lord of Lords, and tore down the daily sacrifice and taken away dominion, because in his heart he had said within himself that I don't have to listen to no one. I'm going to change time. Well, the red horse. He's a white horse. But through his conquest, he has shedded so much blood through peoples and nations of the earth. This is why. He has shed it, his father shed blood, he shed blood from generation to generation, went through the breadth of the earth shedding blood of peoples and nations, making them bow down to his will. He stained his mane red with the blood of the peoples he shed. But God sent Moses back here, the black horse. God sent a man having a pair of balances back here, who was from the foundation of earth, which God had transcended to the cross, and he had transcended him back here in these later days to speak to the peoples and nations because of their transgression, because they had became confounded and bound by these weapons of mass destruction upon which they had created through the works of their technology and their schooling. They created weapons of mass destruction. They had hardened their heart towards peace and justice. They have hardened their heart to a purpose of reason with one man, with another man, and another man with his brother, and a brother with his brother. The heart was hardened so because the man began to live and to serve the means of his wealth. That I don't have to listen to you, but by my strength and power you will obey my will and not the will of yourself. Or the will they come in and we'll break down, we'll tear down your wall, and we will destroy your habitat, you among it, because there is no one upon the face of this earth that we have to answer to. There is no God in heaven and about the earth and about the heaven, no God on this planet we have to give an account of, because our weapons tells us we don't have to do this. This is where a man have gone when his heart have set him in a position where he created and manufactured things with the work of his own hand, where he would work and work in vain and not knowing he is working in vain, and he become drunk by the ideals of his strength and power. But at the end of the day, when God executes judgment on him, by his weapon have to use a way of fear, and God shut off that fear, then the heartbeat of his weapon will stop beating, and they will fall to the earth. They will set in the tanks over there in Iraq and Afghanistan looking like fools, and their weapon will not move because of their gas and their oil, which is the hard lifeline of the heartbeats of these weapons. God will have shut the power off where it will fail them, and they will lay in the mercy of those who they curse and call them their enemies. And this time they'll want to compromise, but there will be no compromising, killing them back. They want to justify right,